Southern Conference Tournament. One-run affair to get things started, and now we turn our attention to ETS.
Slot playing last year and played a classic. This should be another good one between
those two you highlight. Who else do you keep an eye on here?
well, obviously the middle of the batting order. You talk about Mir and her
Hit those bats. 12 wins on the year. A whip of 1 point.
the freshman of the year, but didn't get the win, Jason. You remember that game going to extra innings.
Yeah, Partain was the announced starter. In fact, is on the lineup here. But Newcomb, a nice start. Gets a fly ball into left.
Part of the year. Forget about the records. Play your best this week.
Another chance out in left field, although this off the bat of Michelle is going to land in. Visuals to back the numbers we gave you. What has been where historically it was a more traditional dirt field here, the land of the Mocs. This rolled third base side. Nobody's going to have a. Into center. First step was in, and that will allow it to sail over the head of the center fielder. Strike in the opening inning. In fact, trying to send a couple of runners home. And the call is 24 on the season for Nadley. Bucks in business out of the gate. The 2-2 in the air to left. That's going to hang up. Second out of the inning recorded. And retreating to the bag is Nadley, who is capital against Mackenzie Newcomb, who again was not the announced starter, but did become the first occupant of the circle for Samford. She will limit the same town in which you had success to close down your regular campaign with a tournament environment. That's certainly the case for the Bulldogs here, and it starts nicely off. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And that slap over the outstretched arms of the pitcher Bailey. An out will be recorded. Jason, what are you talking about? Here comes another delivery from our starter. It's inning critical for both these teams. They have both given up some runs in the first inning this year. Here's an effort to move the runner this time, and it will. And judging from the arrival over there, I think out over third. And a 3-2 pitch again. This is lined. Fair ball down into the left field corner. Both those runs will come home to score. And with the battle of the day as we tabbed it, Greer
win.
Gloves it herself out the circle and then tosses on to first. The runner moves on around, but there's the stay 2-2 after one. It will. Swing and a miss, strike three. Bailey able to get the punch out to drop the curtain on the inning. But with one in the books, both in the order for the Bucks. We'll swing through a 3-2 offering, and there's the punch out. And a swing through for strike three. So back-to-back punch outs having been secured by. And here comes the first delivery. This is in the air. Center field. And going to be handled out there. A nice in the circle among those that pulls double duty in that category. And she'll lift this in the air. Foul territory, first base side. And the SEC, not far removed from that location in Alabama. Taking it to the bag for one. That's the only out that will be recorded on a comfortable day in Chattanooga. And this is in the air. It'll be all the way to the wall. One hops the fence. And Samford with runs in each of the first two. Well, and you think about what she was able to do in that at bat field, battling back in the count. And again, one hops the fence here in doing so for Samford. Bulldogs out front for the first time. Payoff pitch. Slapped into right field. Snow cones. Runner's going to be sent. The throw high, and it is now 4-2. Samford with a cut off that out there for the most recent run. 4 runs on
Samford's patience at the plate.
Bulldogs doubling up. ETSU. First pitch in the at-bat of Champion. Popped up foul. That produced by Cameron Young on the year. Grounds this first base side. 3 unassisted as it is taken to the bag over there by Merritt Cahoon. Tournament's 2 seed has taken the overall advantage. This is popped up. First base side going to be handled for Mackenzie Newcomb. And this is swung through. True carom to the catcher to complete the housekeeping on what was a
Play first, win first.
3-2 lifted. Good communication by the center fielder there coming in. And it's grounded. Shortstop diving from the knees. The throw is this go round versus what historically at times could be overcast and rainy. That's not
The number 1 seed doesn't have to play today.
They do not. Get to sit, watch, find out who their opponent's going to be, and game plan accordingly. This is going to work its way in today for the second-seeded Bulldogs. And Newcomb puts the barrel on this. Deep center, long run, but back there to track it and make play ball to prevent Samford from building on a 2-run lead. Has started to find a groove. Gets a bouncer here to the shortstop. Off-balance throw. And the call is safe at first. RBIs and the consistency in the lineup. Just finding a way aboard here. Liner. This time the shortstop stabs it for the out. And we'll ground this to third, to second for 1. And the lead runner is retired from Newcomb. Down toward third again. Newcomb over to get that herself. You know she has the arm strength and fires it in time to take care of the final out.
And maybe that is really settle her in. Off to a better start this inning.
Able to get the strikeout of Yantis. Whatever the actual designation beside your name, to have had collegiate experience and certainly at multiple places, valuable. As has been the... Here's her payoff pitch with 2 down in the inning and just misses. She thought perhaps she had strike 3 there, but instead about the experience of upperclassmen. You think about spots 1 through 4 for Samford and how this youth has served them well. This pop foul, though, going to be handled by the backstop and the
of that. They're able to start to find some more success.
Third baseman is going to have another chance to do so. That handled beautifully. 5-3 put out.
This one in 170 innings and gets another K right there.
Speaking of control, places it that are solid in all 3 of those phases. They can swing it, they can pitch it, and the defense looks a lot like what we've seen at times today. Offensively for ETSU, this is deadened third base side. There will be no play. Nicely done. 2-1. Shortstop taking the long route to first, but the put out
You by in the top of the 5th inning.
Now you think about that plate appearance we saw just a moment ago and what was there for the responsibilities here. And this put in the air to right and waiting on it as it hangs up out there long enough is Odom touches in this game. 3-2 into center. Backing up there, another chance for. She has seemed in command since that early shake-up in the first inning.
Led the conference in a number of pitching categories.
This delivery, grounded middle infield, going to be taken care of. 2017 state championship. So a winner through and through. Bringing that over to Samford, getting the first couple of outs of this 6th inning here as that is popped up on the 6th. And there it is. She will secure the swinging strike 3 for 6th seeded Chattanooga. Up next, that knocked down and then barehanded on the true hop up off the turf by Bailey. Winners of 5 consecutive down the stretch. So a couple of teams coming in hot. Coming in hot on this line drive is the right fielder, and that is handled by O.
I feel like the Spartans coming in with a certain amount of point to prove this week.
And they'll try to return that favor to some degree. We'll see how all that. And a couple of runs to this point, and she'll get a ground ball to short. That's going to be taken care of there. 6-3 across. Nice job maintaining contact with the bat. Swings at the first pitch, sends that into right, ranging over, and just on the other side of the foul line. Play is made by Samford. Cassidy Dunn. She swings at the first pitch. That's into center. And that's the ball game. Offense was enough thanks to Mackenzie Newcomb settling in, and she became one of the early storylines in this SoCon tourney as a result of the one you'll see next, Furman and Chattanooga. Of course, Western Carolina winner earlier. I think beginning to take